2024 Google Pixel 6 review. I'm Ivar, and I've had the Pixel 6 for 2 years now. Google Pixel phones have had a reputation of slowing down and getting worse over the years, but I'll get into that in this video. If you just want to hear my conclusion, go to this time below, since I'll go through all the specs on this phone first.
The Google Pixel 6 has a 6.4-inch corner-to-corner 1080p display, running 90Hz, and it's also flat, since the Pixel 6 Pro had a curved display. It also has a fingerprint reader under the display, the first of its kind on the Pixel back in 2021. People said it was a bit slow in comparison to other flagship fingerprint sensors, but it all depends what type of person you are. For me, it works fine 90% of the time. There has been some very short-lasting bugs where the fingerprint sensor hasn't worked, or it's a bit slow.
The Google Pixel 6 released in 2021. That's a long time ago. It originally cost $599. At the time, it was a steal, since the Pixel 6 Pro cost $300 more. However, we're in 2024 now, and the Pixel 6 now costs $357 at the time we're recording this. I would say that's a steal, but there's been so many phones coming out recently. Depending on how much you want to spend on a phone, this is still not a bad phone to get. This leads us to talking about the phone a bit more and how it holds up today. Let's start with the battery life of this phone. How does it actually hold up? Since day one, I would say the battery life has been average. And in 2024, it's average to okay. That could also be because I'm on Android beta. On an active day of use with 100% battery from 7 in the morning, I have to charge at least twice a day. But on days where I use it less, depending on what I do on the phone, it does last me until the evening. However, I do charge it at work in case I have plans after work and I can't charge it outside.
Some of you may be like me and care about the design of the phone you use, and some may not care at all, but I'll be quick. At this point in time, everyone knows or should know that if you see a phone with a visor like this, it's most likely a Pixel 6 or a newer device. When this camera bar was revealed, I was pretty happy since it really makes the phone stand out.
Let's talk about the cameras while we're outside.
Pixel 6 has a 50 megapixel main sensor and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Pixel phones have always been famous for their amazing computational photography, and there's no doubt this is true, but that was when Google was running a 12 megapixel main sensor. After the switch to 50 megapixels, although you can't shoot in native 50 megapixels due to it not having a high-res mode, it has still been shooting sharp and amazing photos. However, there might be times due to the new sensor that the images might look overprocessed due to the HDR that hasn't been adjusted. This of course has been adjusted better on the new Pixel phones. The ultra-wide lens works really well. I don't use it that often, but images that comes out of it looks really good. Night sight is also another feature that the camera has, and I have to say that I don't always use this feature, even though it does make night shots look better, but it also brightens up the image too much sometimes.
Almost forgot to mention the selfie camera. It's an 8 megapixel selfie camera. The pictures look average at best, but I would say it struggles in low light situations. I also want to mention video shot on this camera looked really good as well. It has good stabilization, good dynamic range, just like the pictures do. It has real background blur and really great at staying in focus, but the shadows in the videos could sometimes be a bit noisy. The videos do have great color and white balance and good detail as well. This was one of the best cameras on a smartphone when it released, and even now, of course, depending on what phone you put it up against. But since then, Pixel 8 has of course improved on what this phone can do. Let's head home and I'll tell you guys one more thing about this phone and my final verdict. Now that we're home, let's talk about what's on the device, 2024 performance, and why it's the smartest phone I've used. The Google Pixel 6 is the first Google phone that Google first introduced the Tensor chip. Tensor might not be a strong chipset in comparison to other chipsets, but that's not the point of it. Google chose to make their own chipset due to the limitations that the Qualcomm chipsets had, like improving machine learning, have better AI, and better computational photography. Here are some of the features that the Tensor chip powers.
Now playing, I think, is one of my favorite features on this phone. What it does is detect any song that is currently playing around you, and it also saves it to a history list on your phone.
Say you were somewhere where you heard a song that you liked a lot, but you didn't know the artist or the name of the song. This feature will literally show you the name of the artist and the name of the song on your lock screen or in your notifications.
Next on the list is live captions. This feature can show you super accurate captions on any video you play on your phone.
Another favorite of mine is speech to text. It's unreal how accurate it is. Even if you talk really fast, it still understands what you're saying.
Not only that, when you're texting with someone through this feature, when saying delete, it deletes the recent word you said. And when you say send, it does that too. The last feature on my list is the AI capabilities it has in Google Photos. You have probably heard of Magic Eraser or Unblur. There's also a camouflage. The last one I haven't really used, but Magic Eraser and Unblur I've used at times. Unblur does what it's called. Any blurry pictures you take, you can remove the blur completely or reduce it. Magic Eraser is another crazy feature. You can literally remove anything from a picture and make it look like it wasn't there. But of course, it's not 100% accurate. It only does it on specific images with certain backgrounds. Most of the times I haven't been able to make it look as nice as Google did in their previews. However, it's still a really cool feature.
Now that we have the Google Pixel 6 recap out of the way, what do I actually think of the Pixel 6 performing in 2024 and how does it hold up? When the Pixel 6 released, it came with Android 12, a great operating system. It was the first time we saw Material You. I've been in love with it ever since. It looks really clean on the device. It takes the colors from your background and applies them to your icon apps. However, we are on Android 14 now and the phone has matured a lot. lot. From then to now, it's definitely been some ups and downs with the battery life. I would say it works great overall, because I do charge it at work when I'm not actively using it. Android 14 works really smooth. I haven't had any huge problems, and if there were any, the next update would most likely fix it. The camera works like a charm. It's reliable 98% of the time. It takes great pictures and videos, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, link is down below. I post tech reels on there, and all of them are recorded on the Pixel 6. I don't have any major complaints except some of the features missing from this phone that has come to newer Google Pixel phones. That is due to Pixel 6 Tensor G1 chip that has some limitations. Another important fact to consider about this phone is that the support is ending in 2025, so not 8 years like the Google Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. So this phone is about to be end of life. I do still think that this phone is a great purchase if you want a cheap and powerful phone in the sense of AI features. Not only that, if you just want to try the smartest Android phone on the market, you can use the Pixel 6 as a testing ground. You can also use it to get into Android or the Pixel line and see for yourself how well it works. I am really happy with this phone, but I am looking to upgrade soon, because I do really want to try out the new features that has come out that this phone isn't getting. That was it for my 2 years review, guys. If there was anything I missed mentioning in this video, let me know in the comments below. All my socials are in the description below as well. Make sure to follow them to stay up to date with the content I make. Also, don't forget to leave a like. It means a lot. I appreciate all the support I've been getting lately on all my videos. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to know when I'm uploading next. See you on the next one. Peace.